You ready to take your leadership journey to the next level? On the leadership platform TLP, we don't just talk about leadership, we live it. This year, we are bringing you cutting-edge insights, transformative tools, and real-world strategies to help you lead with confidence, purpose, and impact. This year, we have 4 seasons with 50 episodes. We will dive into themes such as leading self, leading others, and leading institutions. We bring you Leaders Are Leaders. This monthly session focuses on book reviews, discussions, encouraging all participants to read along with selected books on personal leadership and professional leadership. We also have a time with the CEO. In this segment, we dive into the stories of prominent CEOs who share their insights, lessons learned throughout their leadership journey. We also bring you extraordinary leadership stories, highlighting individuals in our societies who are doing extraordinary things. This segment inspires viewers with real-life examples of leadership in action. We will bring you some brilliant minds, courageous leaders changing the narrative of Africa. We also bring you finally the expert-led sessions, which cover a wide range of leadership and personal development topics, providing practical guidance and actionable strategies for personal and professional development. The leadership platform is your go-to space for personal growth, professional breakthroughs, and meaningful connections. I am Joy Bunsu-Schmutz, co-host on TLP, and I will see you every Saturday, 7 p.m. GMT, live on YouTube and Facebook.
Hello. Good evening. And welcome to the leadership platform. My screen is a bit weird. I don't know if any of you can see me. Let me add Gideon to see. Gideon, can you see me? Hello, Gideon, can you see me? Anybody? Let's see. Sarah, can you see me?
I can see you, so that's fine.
My screen is very small at my end, so I hope everybody can see me well.
Okay, let's check with Natalia whether she can see you.
Hey, Natalia, can you see me and hear me?
Yeah, it's also here.
Okay, Faustina says, yes, I can see you. Okay, Wavo says, I can see you. All right, so I will move on then. Welcome, everybody to the leadership platform this evening. We're excited to be here, and I see Faustina Scholastic is here. Hey, Scholastic, long time no news. Wavo is here. How are you doing? Natalia, great to have you as always. Welcome to the leadership platform. Please go ahead, share the link. I can see you in a corner, and that's the problem. I don't know why I'm on a small corner like that. And Sarah too is in a small corner.
That's fine for me because I will share the slides. Or is it because we have
If you
to
share the slide, both of you will be on a small corner.
Okay.
Gideon, let me see the views. If it is maybe
okay, fine.
Okay, now it's better. Okay. Natalia, can you confirm that it's better? You can see us on the screen, not in a small corner. Thank you very much for coming and for helping us fix this technical issue. Today is the 6th of December. By the grace of God, we have run the year and we are finishing. And we need to finish well. Starting is difficult, but finishing well is even more challenging. And that's why on the leadership platform, we want to thank God for bringing us this far. And we want to bring to our attention some of the key lessons that we've learned, we've gone through this year. The critical lessons this year. How do we take those lessons and put them into action? It is not enough for us to come every week to share great lessons and then we go back and behave the same way. That is the gap between knowing and doing. And we want to close that gap. And we want all of us to be able to close that gap so we can prepare for 2026. So we would have this session today, and next week we would continue with different dimensions so that we can firm up all the lessons we've gone through this year. We've had an amazing year, and we want to thank God for that. So get ready, tighten your belt. I can see that, yeah, I can see William. William Darfur is also here. Thank you very much from Tema. Please share the link to your friends, invite others. And many of you who join who don't introduce yourself, that's good, but we want to have the pleasure of introducing you to the whole wide world so that people will know you are here. Now, this evening, Sarah is going to do us the honors. She's been a constant support, constant coach on this platform, teaching us, guiding us, moderating for us, asking hard questions. And today she's going to ask a number of hard questions to help you reflect on the year. That's what we want to do. We want you to reflect on the year, the lessons that have come. And as we go through it in your own personal life, you may have gone through different experiences. And we want you to take these lessons and apply them to your life as you have experienced it in 2025 and draw out what are the actions that you need to do. Now, Sarah is a great trainer, great coach, certified by John C. Maxwell, certified by the International Coaching Federation, certified by Goldman Smith. I always mix the name up,
Marshall Goldsmith.
Marshall Goldsmith, and many other certifications. She's an executive coach, a team coach, and she's been coaching executives across the world, not only on the continent. There's still a lot of work on the continent, and she's been part of CTL Africa for several years, supporting, helping us, and guiding us. Great resource. If you need any resource to get you to become a better leader, just give her a shout. And that's one thing I love about Sarah. Sarah is available. She's ready to help. She's ready to support. She's ready to help everybody. And this evening, she's going to take us on a journey through 2025 on the leadership platform and draw some of the lessons that we need to focus. And so we want to just pay attention and let's get started. Sarah, you are very welcome. I know that you're not very well, but we've prayed and we know that God is going to give you the energy to share the lessons that you have prepared. I've gone through the slides and they are so rich, guys, rich material that she's going to share with us. So let's pay attention. Sarah, I guess I would leave the platform for you. This is your platform, so you know how to navigate it, and take us away for the next 30 to 45 minutes And then, guys, get your questions in your comments. We want you to share with us your experiences. Share with us what you have learned on the leadership platform since the beginning of the year. And for those of you who are always here, please share it right now so that Sarah would also know that you guys have also been here and learning. And then your expectations for 2026. What are some of the topics you want us to treat? Because we are preparing for 2026 and we need your input. So go ahead and let's hear from you. Sarah, your platform is
Okay,
yours.
thank you. Let's see whether I can share the screen. If not, you will have to bring it up from your side. Excellent.
Great. It's on the screen and we can see it. So you
Perfect.
go ahead and do us the honors.
Okay, so let's see
Good.
whether I can move it. So, good evening, everyone. It's great and a joy to be here again. And Sam, don't go away yet, so that I just want to make sure that the screen moves, the slides move.
Okay.
So
Okay.
today I'm going to be your co-host, and I will be facilitating the session. Next week, Sam will do the second part. So what we have entitled the session to be is from lessons learned to actions for 2026 and part one. And for this segment, we're calling it the Leading Forward Foundations for Impact. That is, we're looking at what we did from January to June 2025. And please let me know whether my voice is carrying out very well. I have a cold, so let's see in the chat box if you can hear me well.
I can hear you.
Okay.
And let's see others. I know Madam Patience is here in the house. Thank you,
Okay.
Patience, for being there. Jacob is joining from Kumasi.
Okay.
Great to have all of you. And so let's see if you're hearing Sarah. Just say yes in the chat. So she is confident.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
So for
Loud and clear.
2025, great. So for 2025, I'm telling it as a leadership lab. We really learned a lot. And most of the ideas that we we shared with you with the different episodes were things that we encourage all of you to test it in your business context. Also, for you to engage in meaningful dialogue about the leadership challenges that you are having. So today, as Sam mentioned, we're going to harvest what we have learned, what we have practiced, and what we are yet to practice as the year comes to an end and we commit to next year. So let me move the slide. Okay, so the themes that we had our team select were 7 from the first part of the year, and that is the 80-20 principle, where we focus, and the focus was, the principle was to focus and to leverage for maximum impact. Then that 2 is team resilience, building strength and economic shifts during the VUCA world that we lived in, and also the power of kindness, how we transform leadership relationships. And the 4th one that we chose was innovation in small African businesses, practical strategies for local context, that we go global. And the 5th one was work-life integration. I won't call it work-life balance. It's work-life integration in the world that we live, that is 24/7, and ethical dilemmas in corporate Africa, and magnetic personal leadership brand. So with all these, we broke it into 3 main, let me move. Okay, 3 main categories. So you see that the first part will be how we led ourselves as leaders. So leading self will be number 1, and then we'll move on to how we led others, leading others, and then looking at the 3rd part, how we led with integrity and innovation. And we'll end the whole session with a little sort of mapping how we can reset our leadership. Okay, so let's see where we go from here. I'm trying to move the slides. Let's see whether it moves. Okay, so leading selves. that, I'm sorry. Excuse me for a minute. So here, we're going to start with the foundation of leadership, that is leading self. And here, every decision that we make as leaders behoves on us. It starts with us. Leadership starts with us. So first of all, every decision that we make needs focus. That will shape the results that we are looking for. And behind that is the energy that will set the tone, that will help our team really follow us or unfollow us. And third element in our foundations as leaders is the brand that we have, that is the identity. And we will go through each of these three layers as we go along. And these are the lessons that we have already learned. So as we go along, whatever comes to you, resonates with you, please put it in the chat. I want this to be an interactive way of learning as you share, and I share also with you. So if your focus is scattered, then definitely your leadership will feel scattered. The energy, if it is low, will definitely feel very heavy for the people who follow you. And if your identity is unclear, your leadership will feel very hesitant. So now let's look at the focus. Because as my mentor always says, one of my mentors, Tony, he says that where focus is, energy flows. And we shared with you the principle of the 80-20 rule, right? And here, the focus should be 80-20 in the sense that if you focus 20% of what you do, we are expecting that the results that you will get will be 80%. And we challenge all of you to really look at how you are really engaging with your focus. And that is the fact that if a small number of tasks and relationships and even the results that you are seeking, you put in 20%, you should get 80%. And that means two things, that you are really probably spending energy on things that you don't that you truly know they matter. Because if you focus on things that do not matter, you will not get the 80%. And therefore, you will see on the screen that we said the results we are looking for from the 20% of actions should give you 80%. And you'll see that I have put 4% for super task. That is, if you did practice this principle from the beginning of the year up till now, you may have gone through it twice. And if you do, the 20% actions should add up to 40%. And that is the 4% that you see. The 4% will give you the number of activities or tasks that will give you the highest return. I'll go more into detail in that. So my question to you is, how many of you, and I'd like to see your responses in the chat, how many of you were able to apply this principle? And if you do, what came out of it? What are some lessons? Share with us in the comments as I move on to the next one. So one of the things that we did encourage you to do to ensure that you are really applying this principle is the fact that you should have a weekly calendar audit. If you did it, let us know. If you haven't done it, no pressure. You will have the opportunity to do so as we go along in towards the close of 2025 and as we move on to 2026. Also, what is one activity that you did excellently that will make everything else easier or unnecessary, and that will help you to add it to that 4% that you're looking for? So as you think about 2026, Those are the activities that deserve your prime time and energy. What do I mean by that? If I apply it to myself as a coach, I found myself doing lots of peer learning and peer facilitation. And when I look at all the activities that I did this year, I did about 60% of those. And then the rest, team coaching or individual coaching, followed suite. So when I look at the 80% of my revenue, it came from peer facilitation and peer coaching. So that is where I focused most. Those were my super tasks or super activities this year. And I hope you do the same, because it will help you to know that these are the clientele or these are the areas that you may need to delight your customers, or also make sure that you have closer relationship with them so your business or your relationship will move forward. Okay, so excuse me. So let's move on to the next one. The next one is how you manage your energy. I'm trying to move the slide. Okay, so how have you integrated the way the the world is moving? Most of us work across continents and across the world. So you're working sort of 24/7. And how do you balance that? You can be awake 24/7. So there are some things that you need to do. And we did encourage all of you, saying that you needed to block times that are not negotiable. So for me, for example, I know that my health is really important. I needed to recharge. So every day at 2 o'clock is blocked throughout the week. Nobody can take an appointment that time. So what are the things that you, according to you, are non-negotiables that you need to? And I blocked Mondays and Fridays, saying these are days I do not work with any client. This is the times that I focus basically on my business, writing the books that I want to publish, doing research. So these are two areas. If you call me for a meeting on those days, you will not get me. Okay, perfect. And also we needed to know how we recharge. And the 80-20 rule also applies here. Why? Because you know that you need to rest. Most of us, for example, I have challenges when it comes to sleep. I sleep very little, and therefore I need to know other ways that I need that requires me to recharge. What are things that you do to recharge? Do you take time off to be with family? Do you take time to be with friends? What are your recharging techniques? So these are areas that you should also look into. It may not be perfect, but any small step that you have made, we just want to celebrate you, okay? And one thing that for me is very important is this last one, prevention over cure. Burnout. Most of us have had burnout, or some of us have had health issues. And for health issues, I am still nursing myself back into health. It's been 5 years that I've been working on it, and it's a long time. So please, please, please take care of your health. It's really important. Also, your relationships, your relationship with the family, with your spouse. If it's broken, it takes a long time to fix. So these are some areas that we may need to dig deeper. So my question to you and reflective point is, what ritual will you protect in 2026? What are things that you do that will help you look at these three areas for you to have an integrated work life and not to run your body down? I would like to see what comments are coming up. Sam, are there any comments coming up? Because I have spread my screen bigger so I can see well.
Okay.
Any
So far, no comment apart from those hearing this hear you well. And so we encourage you to share your learnings as we go ahead, especially the reflective questions that Sarah is throwing around. Those are very, very key for you to sit back and to think through the lessons. I know that, if you're like me, it's difficult when you are listening to begin to reflect. But these are things that we were hoping that over the years, as you lead yourself, you'll be able to guard against certain practices, certain rituals, certain activities that keep you focused, as Sarah is saying. We want you to share with us. There are some of us who don't know how these things work. So your sharing is a good place for others to also copy, because on this platform, we encourage you to copy as much as you can, provided it's in line with your values, your belief. So we encourage you to share. Sarah, there's no comment yet, but I'm sure that people are reflecting and they would share as we go along. Thank
Okay,
you.
perfect. Thank you, Sam. Okay, now let's look at the third arm of you as a leader, how you are crafting your magnetic leadership brand. And when we talk about brand, it's not just about your logo or your job title. You are director so and so, you are CEO so and so. That is not your brand. What we are saying is when you are not around, what do people say about you when you leave the room? It's not what you claim, it's what others experience, how they experience you. Even if you are a father or a mother, how many times have you shown up at the PTA of your child? When your child is going somewhere, or even at your child's birthday, are you there for his birthday celebration with him? If he's going for some of his activities, do you take him? When he should, I will not even say that, but it will happen to all of us at any time. If you are no longer part of this world, what will be said about you as a father, as a mother, as a sister? What is the brand? That is also a brand. So in your business also, when you are no longer in there, what is the legacy that you are leaving? And one of the areas that we encourage all of you to do is, even in whatever you are doing, if you're the marketing officer, do we say that this person is the excellent marketing officer? She's able to market about 80% of the company's products or services, and she is an ethical deal maker. What is it that people say about you? Your niche, is it marketing? Is it really making sure the salesperson? Are you the people person? HR, if you're an HR, what do they say about you when you are not in the room? And then secondly, for those who produce content or services, what is your 80-20 content rule or service rule? When you show up with 80% value and only 20% promotion, if you are selling, what you give should be the value. The promotion should only be limited to 20%. So it's the value that will really speak about you, and that is what creates your brand. And what stories do you tell? Are you just giving out your CV with bullet points? Or, for example, there was a guy that I remember we did work with. He was an illiterate, but then when we were talking about how he has to pay himself and how he has to keep accounts of the hours he worked, he didn't know how to write. He was just making strokes. The second session that we came, what he said was that, oh, when I work, I mark myself so that I'm able to pay myself. The lesson that we taught about him, about financial literacy, this is what he retained and this is what he practiced. I'm not going to say that, you know what, I trained so many people, but this guy's story is what I will tell for the impact that he had during our training. So, what stories are you putting together instead of resumes that can resonate with people? Then authenticity is authority. In today's world, if you are real, people feel you. People feel you that, yes, you are the real thing. And when you speak, you can connect with them. And as human beings, neuroscience has told us that when you're not authentic, the other person in front of you will be able to determine. So please, how authentic, be yourself, be yourself. That is what will really enhance your leadership brand. So I have 3 reflective questions that I want you to write down. And this will be, I will say, some ingredients for you to work to move forward to 2026. So for 2023, can I ask all of you to put in the chat 3 words that will describe your leadership? 3 words that will describe your leadership.
You mean for 2025 first?
2025, sorry,
And
2025.
then,
Yeah,
yeah.
2025, 3 words that will describe your leadership. After
What
that,
impact did you make? What are the 3 words that
what are the 3 words?
represent your impact?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What will people say that you did that will really enhance or really reflect your brand? Were you
Okay.
an ethical leader? Were you somebody who built up people? Were you a good listener? Were you a good problem solver? What are 3 words? And then the next one that I'll love you to do is what 3 words will show your aspiration as the leader you want to be in 2026? Because if we do so, these 6 words will be the compass that will guide you for the coming year. So this is really key. Write it down. And if you do not get all the 3 for each one, make sure that you take that as your homework.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Do we have anything in the chat, Sam? If not, we'll move.
So far, Natalia is sharing her personal experience, not a words reflection yet. So she's saying that the legacies we leave, especially for our children, are what carry us through life. My dad passed about 26 years ago, and I'm proud to say that it's his remarkable legacy that continue to shape and uplift us.
Okay.
So that is important, and this is because Natalia's father led himself well, and he's led the family well by living values. And that's why Sarah is asking you, reflecting on your own life, 2025, what are the 3 words that describe your 2025 as far as your leadership of yourself, of others, of your institution is concerned? And from that, reflect on the 3 aspiration words that you are taking into 2026. All right. So for Efua Atakwesin, he says empathetic problem solving, fair, but fair. All right. Empathetic, problem solving, fair, and firm. That is what Ifua is sharing with us. Okay.
Beautiful.
So that's beautiful. So let's see if there are more people sharing. And this
Okay.
is great from Ifua. All
Thank
right.
you. Okay, so we'll move on as others keep on. I know it takes time about a few seconds before whatever
Yeah,
your slide shows
the
up.
type incoming. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let's move on to the next one. So that is for the leading self. We looked at your focus. We looked at about pacing yourself, and then last but not the least, we look at your brand. Okay, so focus, energy, and brand. Now let's see the lessons we shared with you when it comes to leading others. And we did talk about resilience. That is the muscle that you need to bounce back stronger. And secondly, we did talk about kindness, the small acts that creates massive trust. So we'll start with resilience. What did we say about resilience, leading others? Okay, so how do we foster resilience amongst our team? And excuse me 1 second. Sorry. So resilience is how people experience you. Your leadership is experienced by people who follow you, not your intentions. So when people follow you around, do they feel safe? Do they feel seen? Do they feel valued? And for resilience in February, that is what we did explore. We did say that it is not a slogan on the wall that people will see. It is a muscle that you build. And it is built small and in small quantities, but it has to be consistent. So what do you do as a daily practice? What do you do as a daily practice? We did encourage you to ask your team to share 3 wins and 1 gratitude. It's a simple ritual. 3. Why 3? Because if you can find 3, you can find 2, and gratitude just 1. One thing that you are grateful for. The 3 wins that you share, opens people up. They will say that you are interested. What is the daily practice? Today, what did they do to win the day? What did they do to maybe delight a customer? What did they do to maybe welcome somebody new into the team? What did they do to really meet a deadline? Those are 3 wins. What are they grateful for? Are they grateful that you are a good leader who is always there to answer questions? Or are they grateful that they have a job? It's very simple. And weekly huddles with my management team, with the company that I work with, we have meetings every week. And when we come, we just give reports. Okay, this is what I did. This was great. And then this was a challenge. And I need help here. When you do that, it creates psychological safety. So much so that because I feel safe in that environment, when I go and I did have issues with my memory, I do tell them that, you know what, I was going to say this, but my memory is gone blank. And when it comes back from its walk, I'll be able to continue. I really feel safe in that environment that I wasn't shy to share that memory challenge with them. And up till now, we work really like a family. So these weekly huddles really helps. Are you doing that with your team? Because that creates psychological safety for everybody to to bring their best step forward. All right, and then again, the 80-20 rule, the stress audit, because 20% of everything that stresses us causes 80% of burnout or unproductive results or even your health. So we need to identify in your team, what are the 20% stresses that are existing, and how can you identify and address them in an effective way? And last but not the least, as the leader of the team, you need to model out. So when you are modeling, they borrow this emotional state from you. We did talk about emotional intelligence, saying that if you come in and you, like a bomb, everything is blown away, and your team will not be in that calm state for them to produce. So, what is it that you are modeling out so that this calmness that the team requires to be productive is happening? So, one behavior that I want you to write out, which one behavior would you want to leave that is unhealthy in 2025? Just note one behavior that is very unhelpful for team coherence and resilience. What is one? And then I will encourage everyone to write one behavior that you would like to grow in 2026. So as you do so, 2026 will be what you want to grow in. What area do you want to grow in? And then I'll move on to the next. I'm looking at time. I think we are okay with time, Sam. Are we good?
Yes, we are okay. We are
All right.
okay with time. Natalia, when we talk about the three words, she had apathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Is it apathetic you wanted to write or empathetic?
Empathetic.
I think it's empathetic, but maybe Natalia will come back. She's good at the language. So integrity always goes, and visionary, he says.
Perfect.
Marian Atabenya says resilient,
Mm-hmm.
collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
and integrity. Those are her three words.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now the behaviors are yet to come true.
Okay.
But we are doing good on time. And we thank Efua, we thank Natalia, we thank Marian for sharing. Those of you on the call, also, here is a platform for all of us to learn together. The more you share your learning, the more you learn. So
I'm going to volunteer William to share his. It's been a long time since I've heard from him. So William.
Yes, William is on the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see.
William, let's hear from you.
If
I can
he's not
see
on the field.
only ladies. It's not because I'm a lady speaking that. So, gentlemen, please make your presence felt.
Come
Okay.
to the party. All right.
All right. So great. So let's move on to the next slide. When we're talking about leading others, we did talk about the power of kindness. And as we know, kindness, I mean, when they say kind, people think it's just too soft. But actually, the lesson that we learned saying that kindness is not a weakness, it is a strategy. And small acts of genuine kindness can create massive deposits of trust. We talk about you creating psychological safety and trust among the people. And when you do that, over time, it compounds. And this is leadership that people remember and follow. When you show an act of kindness, people know that you care for them. So what is one of the things that we encourage you to do is to listen more. Listen 80% of the time and just contribute 20%, speak 20% in crucial conversations, especially. And as coaches, being a mentor coach, when I am mentoring other coaches, one of the way that I mark is I look at the number, the percentage of time that they contribute to the conversation. And the 80-20 rule is key. If they speak more than 20%, it means they are not client focused. It's the client who moves the agenda. And therefore, the clients should be doing 80% of the talking. As leaders, we encourage you to listen 80% of the time, just like coaches do, and just interject or contribute 20%. And the 20% has to be something that is tangible, that will move or support the person that you are leading. And also, one of the things that we wanted people to be, or leaders, we as leaders, is to be personal, making sure that you remember the names of the people you work with. You don't say, hey, you. Call the person by name. It's a sign of respect and kindness. You just saw that I did mention William. Yes, William is on the call. Natalia is on the call. Olivia also comes on the call. We do mention their names. We do. You see that when we are reading out, we make sure we mention the names. We have her leadership who is always here with us, and we mention their names. So please, we want you to also, when you come onto the leadership platform, to announce yourself so we can be personal, for us to model out the fact that leaders mention names and we know the preferences, personal, related, personal connection. We want to connect with you. So please do so. And also apologize. If you're a leader, when you are wrong, make sure that you do apologize. I'm not going to belabor that point, because this is something that we are all learning. It's not perfect, and we are work in progress. So please do apologize when you're wrong or you make a mistake. Vulnerability really builds trust. And last but not the least, celebrate others. That is, amplify their successes, not only when they have done wrong, but when everything is going right and they have done marvelously. Please celebrate them. And in that vein, I want to celebrate Gideon, who is on this call. If I'm able to put together this presentation that I'm sharing with you, is because Gideon, I asked him to give me a listing of what we have done for the year, and he did an excellent job that made my work easier to put together this presentation. So I want to celebrate him. So please do that for your team as well. So my question or prompt for you today is, who is one person that you will show concrete kindness this week? I have somebody in mind, so I want you to write that down. And that is an action you can take and have somebody be accountable, who can hold you accountable for this action. And I'm going to ask Mr. Yim. I'll share with him the person I want to show kindness to at the end in the green room, and I want him to hold me accountable. So please do the same. If you want Mr. Yim or myself to hold you accountable, just put it in the chat and we will be happy to do so. All right. So that is leading others. We did.
So Sarah, whilst you were asking about, the behaviors, yes, Natalia shared, right from COVID-19 till now, I consistently shared the word of scripture with my over 600 telephone contacts, making sure not to miss a single day. And she said, Sam is witness to that if he's been following that from me. And I can confirm that Natalia, every morning, I actually wonder how she does it. But every morning, she sends out a beautiful message. And Natalia, I can assure you, I follow religiously. I read every bit of it. Thank you so much for impacting so many people at the same time. And William answered your call. He says, good communication, integrity, and listening are going to be her guiding words. And Efua says in 2026, I want to improve my physical resilience, exercise more, and keep healthy both physically and mentally. All
Excellent.
right. Then she says, I want to improve my, okay, so that's what physical resilience and mental wellness, she says. Okay. Good, good, good. Let's see what else is coming. Natalia says, I'm proud to say that even on a negotiated salary, my work with UN from January 2023 to 2025 allowed me to save a remarkable 10,000. That amount is currently sustaining me as I look forward to securing a new job, and it shows that I have truly nurtured a strong saving habit. I'm
Great.
proud of that through lots and lots of sacrifices here and there. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Guys, this is good that we can all get inspiration from each other here.
Excellent.
Sarah,
Yeah,
that's
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Natalia. And I can also confirm that I do get a daily inspirational from Natalia. So thank you, Natalia. And all of you, Natalia has very good skills. Reach out to her. If you do have any job opportunities, she is on the lookout for a job. So we, as a community, how can we support each other and point her in the right direction if you do have a connection? Great. So yeah, that's the last slide. So I need to move on to the next slide. There. Okay. So before we move into this third space, we've looked at leading others, and we talked about kindness. And now my mind has gone blank. Kindness and just let me quickly go back. And resilience. Perfect. So those form the leading others. Now we move on to the third part that we were talking about: integrity and innovation. That is, I'm sorry. That is the third layer about how we were leading ourselves. How do we do that? Because I'm sorry. There are two questions that I would like you to look at. The two questions that people will ask is, can people trust how you make decisions as a leader? And that is integrity. And will you be willing to experiment to move us forward? Are you willing to experiment to move your people forward? So first, therefore, as an integrous leader, what does that mean? And for us, we did talk about this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in June. It says that integrity is making decisions you'll be proud to see in print. And we talked about the first page test, that if there is a news, a headline, if there is a headline, would you be proud to see that the decision that you made is on the front page of a newspaper? And if that is the case, we also encourage you to use the mother test. And that is, would you be comfortable if a respected elder or your mother reads about this information or headline on the newspaper? I don't know about you, but I remember, it's in this part of the world, the head of Nestle was removed from his position because he failed to mention to HR an affair that he was disclosed, or not mentioned, to disclose during the integrity test. So he failed that, and he was removed from his position. And if I may recall, I think, is it lawyer David Ote, who was on leave to lead. Sam, you can come on, yeah, because I'll need your help here. Leave to lead. He was on leave to lead, and he talked extensively about integrity. That he did say that somebody even offered him a bribe for him to do a certain type of work. What he did was that he called the driver in and returned that money. He needed that money badly, but he said because that integrity was one of his values, he did not want to sell himself short, gave back the money, made the driver stand there to witness that he's given back the money. And God being so good, a few days later, he got another contract that was able to give him even the same amount of money that he was looking for to expand his office. This is integrity in action. If he had taken that money and this blew over and came into the headline, was it something that he would have been proud of? No. So as leaders, what is it? What are the values that you are living up to show your integrity? So before I move on, I would like to look at the second pillar that we have when it comes to leading with integrity. The second one is innovation. And what do we mean by innovation? We said that creating solutions that are new, better, or feasible wherever you are. And when we say that, what we mean is that innovation doesn't mean, okay, we've spoken about this. Yeah. Innovation doesn't mean that you have to be leading a new tech company or something that is going to the moon or whatever, but making sure that in your own small way, whatever you are innovating is applicable to your situation. It solves a real problem in a better way for your people and for your company. And what did we explore? We explored the 10 ideas that we we need to generate in 10 minutes. It's an exercise so that you are not paralyzed by fear. You kill fear fast. So 10 ideas in 10 minutes, you just have to go, write it down. So even as we are going through the prompts, let's make it a point that you kill the fear of overthinking. Just write anything that you can always perfect that. And when you do write it quickly, it helps you not to get stuck. Secondly, we did talk about the prototype cheaply. When you're doing something, make sure that you test it very fast with real people, that the resources that you invest in that test is not too expensive. That will cripple your business or your service. And also to celebrate failure, because a lot of breakthroughs that we have, it's not the first time that you do it, that you succeed. For example, the light bulbs that we do have, Edison tried it about 99 times. It was 100th time that he was able to to get it right, that now we have the light bulb. But each time that he failed, he learned something to improve upon it. So each failure teaches us valuable lessons. Don't forget the failure, that failure is a way of progress as well. And when we are testing things or innovating, make sure that the ideas that we copy, even if they are global, you are able to adapt it to your need, to the local infrastructure and culture. You don't have to borrow everything as it is in the original state. And I think we call it swiping. Yeah, you swipe to make sure that it's adaptable to you. And in our part of the world, designing things for basic phones helps easily to communicate. I mean, you don't have to build a website or whatever, but you can have a WhatsApp, and TikTok or whatever is something that is very easy and it's mobile. People don't have computers in our part of the world, so anything that can be mobile is a fast way to innovate in our part of the world. So practically, when we do things in a small risk and a low risk experiment, we run in the first, this is what we run in the first quarter, saying that we should be able to do things that are very quick, that are not too expensive, that really are done in a way that is applicable to our context, and not really to borrow everything that is too expensive. Somehow managing for time. Maybe in 2 minutes.
Okay. You were doing good, but
Yeah.
I thought after this slide, before you go to the 4 hours, maybe we should give you a quick break so that Gideon can share a quick ad if he's available, and
Okay.
then you can take some water to cool your throat. But
Perfect.
these are great, great lessons, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
let me ask the last prompt whilst they do that, and then Gideon can come up. So the last prompt that I want them to reflect on is one small experiment that you will run in the first quarter of 2026. What is one experiment when it comes to innovation that you would like to run in 2026? And Gideon, if you're ready for us, I hand over to you.
Let me get. Yes. Okay.
Are we good?
Yes. 1 second. I think the videos.
All right. Okay. No problem. I can continue, sir.
All right. Let's continue.
Are you ready to?
Is your team ready to soar to new heights? At CTO Africa Leadership, we specialize in transforming potential into performance. Whether it's mastering winning with people, enhancing emotional intelligence, decoding human behavior, or strengthening team leadership, we've got you covered. Dive into personal leadership and elevate your corporate governance standards. Our tailor-made programs are designed to unlock your team's full potential. Don't settle for ordinary. Be extraordinary. Book a discovery call with CTL Africa today, and let's design a development program that transforms your team. Visit our website www.ctlafricaleadership.com.
Okay.
Um, Okay. Sarah, now I'm in trouble.
Okay, you have to take this one off.
Yes.
Let's see whether I can share my screen.
Okay, please do. Um,
No, I can't share.
um,
You
uh,
need to bring
yeah,
me. Yeah.
I'm removing it, but it's not going, Remove from stage. 1 minute. Okay.
So I can share.
Yes.
Okay, let's see which one will come up. All right, so let me share. All right, it seems I'm having problems with sharing. Okay, there. Okay, so let me go back. Perfect. So as we close, we've gone through the 3 levels. That is leading yourself, leading others, and leading through innovation and integrity. Those are the 3 areas that I had wanted us to look at today. So as I bring to a close, I want to share this tool with you, this tool that we call the 4R reset. And what does that mean? You can use this tool weekly, monthly, or at the end of each quarter. And the first R is for you to reflect. What did January to June 2025 teach you about your leadership? You have a prompt there that you can work out how the first part of the year, has been. And then the second one is realignment. And when it comes to that, the questions I want you to look at is to find out whether you are out of alignment with your values, your priorities, or the leader that you said you wanted to be in 2025. And then the third one is recommitment. That is renewing your dedication to yourself, others, and impact. And the areas that I want you to look at or questions is what is one shift you would like to make to lead yourself better? Or how well did you lead others? And also, how did you lead for impact? And the last one is ritualize. What weekly rhythm will help you live out your rituals as a leader? Is it going to be a Sunday 8 to 20 review? Is it going to be a Friday resilience huddle with your team? Or is it going to be a monthly ethics or innovation check-in? We looked at 3 areas. So each of these 3 areas, what are some of the rituals that you want to keep doing or improve? So this is the end of part 1. And from July and November, that will be looking towards future-ready leadership. We've looked this one internally with our team and then integrity. So Sam, this is all that I have today. This is really for us to focus on the foundation. We'll build the foundation and we'll see how we move forward as to what we constructed last year from July to December or to now. Yeah, next week, which you will have the pleasure of leading.
Thank Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. That was beautiful. And I believe that we've learned a lot. I want all of us to focus on the 4 R's. Reset is not a political reset. For those of us in Ghana, we know the word reset now has become very political, but this is not political. As you're moving into 2026, the 4 R's are saying reflect on the year 2025. Spend time, take time, and reflect on what 2025 meant to you. Number 2, you want to check if there was any misalignment in your values, in the things that you said you wanted to do. Where did you miss the mark? Check that. Then you want to recommit yourself, renew yourself to these values, to leading yourself, leading others, and focusing on your impact, your broader impact. And then finally, one weekly rhythm or ritual that is going to keep you aligned going forward. I think this is a very, very good model that Sarah has shared with us. And I want us to focus on that whilst we take a few questions, and let's see what people are saying so that Sarah can also take a quick break, and we will come quickly to let's see what people are saying, and let's have just a short break, and we will be right back. 1 minute.
Are you able?
Yeah.
I am winning on all fronts limitlessly.
I have made tremendous improvement at work through delegating and empowering teams.
We started with the law of intentionality, which specifically makes it clear that growth cannot just happen. You have to be intentional about your growth.
CTO Africa Leadership brings you the Grow Journey, a series of masterclasses based on John C. Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. In this 10-week virtual growth accelerator, you will acquire the skills to thrive and flourish as you evolve into a more impactful and fulfilled individual. You will master the art of personal and professional development as you craft and execute your customized growth plan. Limited seats available. Register now for the next cohort.
Hey there, join the next cohort of CTO Ghana's growth journey.
The next cohort is coming on. Get involved and your life will never be the same.
All right.
Great. Thank you so very much, Sarah, for this great review of some of the lessons we've learned. And we know that there are lots of lessons. And we encourage everyone on the call to go to the leadership platform on YouTube, where we have all the lessons in details, the speakers, the book review, the CEO sessions, the extraordinary leadership sessions. And these lessons that Sarah has shared with us has been a summary or a gleaning of some of those lessons. And you want to go and serve yourself. It's like a buffet. Choose the ones that you really need to. If you missed any of them, you go back and pick the lessons that will carry you into 2026. So let's see what you have learned. Share with us your takeaway for today. Share any questions that you have on your mind. Whilst I ask Sarah to just quickly share with us how she's applying these 4 R's in her own in her own experience of 2025, how are you going to be able to do this? I remember our mentor, John C. Maxwell, would say that on the 26th of every December, when everybody is busy opening the gift boxes, he will go out into his room and go through his all his activities for 2020 for the previous year, and then see what he wants to do for the next year. So, Sarah, you want to share with us what your own practice around it is?
Okay. Are you there? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. A call came through. So I had, oh my God. Sorry. Reflecting. Normally, I set myself up to do my reflection from the middle of December.
Mm.
So when I'm reflecting, I start with the family, because family is really key to me, and I have my pictures, right?
Oh,
Yeah, family gathering. So I'm going to go through the pictures, live the memories, and then I write gratitude letters to everybody in the family who has, and this year, what I'm going to do is to write a poem for each person, right?
wow.
Yeah, so that is how I'm going to do the reflection. Then when I'm going to look at the business side as well, and the business side as well, I have already started doing that with the Pareto principles,
Good.
especially, yeah, when it comes to, let me get the right word for you, because I have it here. I have it here in the presentation. And as I was doing that, I was even thinking about it. 1 second. I want to get the right word for all of you. My memory is not as sharp as it used to be. So
Yeah.
give me a
So
minute.
thank you. We thank God
Yeah,
for you.
is the 4%, that 4%
Yeah.
that I did talk about. So I have looked at that, and I'm looking at companies or collaborations that I've had that has given me the most business this year. And I will need to see how I can delight them more, right? Delight them more, and look at those that are not really living up to standard, and I have to eliminate. So
Yeah.
those are things that I'm going to look at when it comes to the business side. And then I'm going to look at the health side as well, to see things that I've done well, things that I need to stop doing, and things that I need to restart doing. That things, for example, my cycling, I have stopped my cycling. I know I have to restart that. The walking is still consistent. That is not an issue. But with my doctor, I have to go back into rehabilitation after a few years now. So that has already been set for January when I finish my second eye operation. So
Good.
these are some of the things that I'm planning to do. It's not just theory. I practice what I teach.
I know. I know you practice what you teach. And I said I'll follow you for the 10,000. I'm only able to do it on Saturdays, but I think next year I have to add a few days and
Yeah.
try to catch up with you. Thank you.
Yeah, because the thing is that, as we did say, I mean, you have to model things that you
Yes.
do as a leader, and I don't want to come and preach something that I'm not
Yes.
doing. So
Wonderful. 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 Thank you so very, very much. And Patience Antonio says she's going to apply the 4 hours in reviewing her 2025. Great. Andrew Malik says, glad to be here. All right. I don't see any questions. I don't see any more comments, but keep them.
I see something from William saying in technology he will use data analytical tool,
Another
Excel
two,
or
Excel or
Power
B.
BI, to achieve my target and train my team management. So, okay, beautiful.
Good, good,
Beautiful.
good,
Yeah.
good, good, good. Wonderful. Guys, thank you so very much. Sarah, any dessert for us?
Okay, I think it's been great that as we have explored how we are leading ourselves with focus, that we protect our energy. These are the three areas that I did talk about, and also to strengthen our brand. So as we do that, to close, I would like to invite every one of you to carry three simple commitments forward. One thing that you will protect. So one thing that I will protect. What will be your top priority? Your health, your values, and your key relationships. And I did share with you, my family is very key, my health is important, and my business. These are things that I'm going to protect. And one thing that you will release. What habit do you want to release? When it comes to meeting, are you going to continue to have long meetings, or are you going to have 1-hour meetings? Or what expectations that drain your best leadership? What are people that you may need to cut out from your entourage? How do you say? Yeah, from your circle. Because definitely there are some people who drain you. What activities are draining you? You need to cut them. Then what is one thing that you would like to rebuild? I have shared with you that I'm going to rebuild the habit of my cycling. So what rhythm, what ritual that keeps you grounded, consistent, and aligned? This is your foundation. We have done the foundation bit, and you know that like buildings, when you're building the foundation, it's messy with the cement and the mortar and all that. You see all the ground really messy, but it is necessary. And today, whatever we have shared is your foundation. And next week, we'll have some helping you to look at the layers as we build, to look at the tools that you will use, to look at the systems, and also the mindset that will help you become a good leader in 2026. So thank you again, and thank you for this opportunity. And again, excuse my cough and cold. It's been a pleasure serving you this year. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, and for all of you on, as you can see, Sarah is not quite well, but she's committed to this process. She's committed to impacting us, even at this state. It's because of passion. He's passionate, and she's waking up like all of us at CTL. We're waking up every Saturday and we are thinking, what can we serve that will be of use, that will be of service to all this community and to Africa and to the world? And that is our commitment to you. Rain or shine, if God gives us grace and life, we will be here again next week. We are driving to the end of the year. That's why we're trying to bring some of these summaries and lessons to you, so that we know that you are going to multiply whatever we are giving you and make greater impact. You guys are doing great out there. We would like to hear, what are some of your success stories? Share them with us so that we can share them to the world. God bless all of us, and God keep us to the end of the year and usher us successfully into yet another year. Have a very good night and stay blessed. Bye-bye.
And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do that now.